This is Hannibal back here from the Hannibal TV on YouTube with a UAP/drone news update. I just did videos on the Iran conspiracy theory, or I wouldn't call it conspiracy theory because several government officials have said it could possibly be Iran. And then I discussed that in another video, as well as the possibility that this could be a black project from the US government. But let's get into the New Jersey officials press conference that took place just a few hours ago that involved two mayors, two sheriffs, someone from the state assembly, other local leaders, and Congressman Smith, who started this whole hearing off by saying that New Jersey officials believe they're in considerable danger because there's a large number of drones in New Jersey and elsewhere that have not stated their mission or origin. We don't know their mission or origin. Drones have been recorded by citizens, military, and law enforcement, and the Pentagon is saying that all of this is not unusual. And they personally find it insulting that the Pentagon is saying that about credible observers. How do they know there is no threat without providing any evidence? The officials at this press conference are demanding actions. They say naval weapons stations in New Jersey and major ammunition depots there are at risk, as well as Coast Guard boats. Why are they not being tracked or followed? The Congressman Smith went on to say, they seem to be coming from the ocean. A sheriff deputy saw 50 coming from the ocean to the mainland the other day, and they were not able to be tracked somehow. The elusive maneuvering of the drones suggests they are coming from a major military power. Have they been deployed to test our defense capabilities? The congressman is asking. He believes it could be Russia, China, Iran, or North Korea. He believes they have the capabilities and motive. And others have indicated they might be advanced enough to be able to have drones that much further ahead of us. But who knows? As I said in the video before this, is this a government black operation? That could be possible. The only issue, if it is a government black operation, they're making everyone look horrible, and they are making the U.S. defenses look weak right now, if that's what it is. Because we're basically broadcasting with press conferences like this that it's not that hard to incur into U.S. airspaces. The Pentagon, and related to that, the Pentagon is insisting that the drones are not ours. The local government in New Jersey has requested the Pentagon to use force over the ocean or in areas of low propulsion to see what's going on. With all the tension in the world right now, they don't see a reason why they shouldn't take this as a more serious threat and the dense population areas that these things are being seen in. They want to introduce a bill next week empowering the state police to be able to shoot them down. They say they need better equipment so they can see more clearly what's up there. They don't actually have the ability to track and take down drones locally at this point. The response from the Pentagon has been incredibly slow on this. Then one of the sheriffs from Ocean County said the drones are going 60 miles an hour or more, and the police drones they have only go 40 miles an hour. He says there's a lot of tension locally on this matter. He believes there's something legit going on that he thinks the government knows more on. And he thinks what the one guy was saying about Iran and the mothership, there might be something to that. The other sheriff came up, Sheriff Nolan, I believe his name was. He says, we have a problem. This has been going on over a month. It started over on New Jersey's North Shore, and they have worked their way down as well as to other states. There was a problem a few nights ago for residential people and military personnel from at least 2 stations have seen this thing, as well as first responders and public safety people have identified them. Washington is saying it's all planes. To them, it's not good enough. And these people are professional observers. How are they misidentifying everything? Clearly, some of it is our own craft monitoring it. But what about the other stuff? Is it black programs? Is it aliens? Is it foreign? Those seem to be the 3 major options, because the hobbyists just would not have gone on for this long without something being done. The Office of Homeland Security, they don't seem very prepared on this, and resources are limited. This is why I don't think this is a black project in some ways. There's reasons to believe that, but they're basically going out there and saying it makes us look weak to everybody. They're saying resources are limited. The legislation is not keeping up with the drone issues that are increasing. It's becoming a national safety and security issue. In order for the state to react, they need new drone detection devices. They must be able to monitor large-scale gatherings, such as large sports and NFL games, and take action if these issues happen. And the local laws need to keep up with the drone capabilities and deployment abilities. They need to have some map that is more than just an app that some company has put out there. They need like a police or government map that first responders can see when drone incursions take place and immediately act on it. The sheriff went on to say, when you see 5 or 6 weaving in and out of each other at low altitudes, that is the type of stuff they're looking for people to call the police on, or if there's a crash. They also had a state assembly woman come up and give a little speech. She said this is a federal issue that needs to be addressed. It's going to be presented Monday and voted on Thursday. So I'm guessing they expect this to go on until at least later next week, which is crazy. The Ocean County commissioner then said, and this is another commissioner that appeared, the final person, said the federal government has failed to protect New Jersey. They have to stand up and protect their citizens. Clayton, what happened to the other feed? That was a feed just on the alleged conspiracy / black project. I didn't want to cover too many topics in one video. Someone is saying media-induced mass hysteria. Well, it's also being noticed by first responders, military people, police people, and fire people. Yes, the hysteria is growing because there's probably more human drones going up there, which, by the way, some have taken regular drones up there. And when they've got close to these other drones, apparently their batteries have been zapped. But when they're flying over military bases, I mean, you can't say that this is nothing when you have commissioners and heads of state. Some heads of state, some governors have been debunking this. Others have seen it themselves. Some have been just downplaying it. But too many credible people have commented on it, and there's a whole whack of weird-looking things. They don't all just look like drones. Some of them are spherical. Some of them are orb-like shapes. As the sheriff said, when you have 4 or 5 of them weaving in and out of each other at low altitudes in residential areas, that's a little weird. And if they're not showing up on radar, that's even more, that's something to not just ignore. Very funny, ATF media. A lot of people, as I said, I covered this in another update as far as them potentially being government made. They're definitely being seen in a lot of places. Some of them are misidentified and some of them aren't. I've seen enough of these things and watched enough reports on these things where you have Donald Trump commenting on it, which, by the way, I truly think, whether you like him or hate him, he would not have let this go on for that long. That's part of the problem. Where is President Biden right now? That's what I would like to know. When was the last time he's done a public appearance on something? This is the other thing. Where's he being moved to? You don't see them bringing him to New Jersey to make a speech, because that would clearly be dangerous. Anyways, I'll keep you guys up to date on this. There's new information on this constantly developing. Have a great afternoon.